Public servants must be ethical and held to a high standard. They must tell the truth. I most firmly believe that business creates jobs, not government. Government overregulations are destroying jobs in America. Let's stop it. A strong economy with jobs lifts the wages of both women and men. Women can break the glass ceiling and rise up the ranks. In a good economy. And we've seen that with Mr. Trump's daughter, Ivanka. I love her. As I said, a strong economy is the best defense for America from our enemies around the world. Bad trade deals have been unfair to American workers and have led to job losses. We know that here in Erie County. Energy, all right. All right. Energy independence leads to more jobs and security for the USA. We need those jobs. Government must have a budget, and it must live within that budget, just like we do. I believe Donald J. Trump is the only presidential candidate who will lead this USA to growth and prosperity. Let's make America great again and elect Mr. Trump president.
Okay, we're minutes away here. You getting psyched up or what? Come on. Oh man, he's gonna be blown. When he walks through that door, he's gonna be blown away, honest to God. This is an incredible group. Right now, there were two things I was excited about today. Certainly the fact that Mr. Trump is coming and here. The second is that I get to introduce this next gentleman who I've come to know over the years. Roughly 6 years ago, we got together and he explained to me that he was gonna run for Congress. He was gonna do so because he felt that Washington was dysfunctional and needed to change. And then I watched him set out to work within that system to try to bring about that change and to make a difference in the lives of the people from his congressional district. This man has lived every word he said to me throughout the entire 6 years. He's been a remarkable congressman for our district. He's been a remarkable individual for our community here. And it's my great honor and my great privilege to introduce our Congressman, Mike Kelly.
All right, Erie. All right, Erie. Well, I love you. Yo, listen, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. You know, there's a lot of people that would subscribe to this. Let me just start with this. I have often heard it said that 90% of life is showing up. Because when you show up, people know you care. Donald Trump, the next president of the United States, is going to show up here today because he cares. And he cares about you, and you, and you, and you, and you. He cares about every American. Now, you're going to be given a choice this year, and I got to tell you, as Ralph said, I've been in Congress now for almost 6 years, and I have watched us reach a point where we have to make a choice. And too many people choose to lose. They choose to sit back and say, let's wait to sometime in the future, and then we can make a change. We're done with that. We're done with that. Let me offer to you this subscription. Don't choose to lose, refuse to lose. We completely reject the last 7.5 years. Look what it has done to America. Not just what it's done to Republicans or Democrats, but everybody in America. We've all been losing now for 7.5 years. And Mrs. Clinton wants to tell you that you need more of that, not less of it. It is Trump, 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 Trump. That's when we win. When you have strong leadership at the top that offers a solution for everything that's going wrong with America. Now let me just tell you, in our lifetimes, we face challenges. And we have options from time to time. This is one time that America does not have an option. You must show up on November the 8th. You must vote for Donald Trump. You must bring all your friends and relatives to the polls that day. Staying home is not an option. You've all been watching the Olympics. And I want you to think now, not just of our American team and what they're doing in the Olympics, because they've chosen not just to participate, they've chosen to dominate. That's who we are. That's the very fabric of who America is. When we refuse to lose, and when we say we want free trade, we want global trade, yeah, we do, but we want it on a fair and level playing field. I'm tired of being gamed. Strong trade deals that benefit America are the key. Not TPP. That's more of the bad stuff we've been facing. We've got to get back to work, America. So I got to tell you, I want you to think of this not so much as an arena, but as a locker room. And we're facing the biggest challenge in our lives. This is bigger than any Super Bowl. This is bigger than any World Series. This is bigger than any Stanley Cup. This is bigger than any NBA championship. This is a battle for the hearts and soul of America and America's future. So it's time to roll up our sleeves. It's time to put our mouthpiece in, pull on our helmet, tighten our chin strap, make America safe again, make America work again, make America strong again, and make America great again for every single American. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. Let's go. Trump, 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 Trump. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm in no hurry, I can take my time, oh man. I'm going red, and my tongue's getting
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that as President of the United States, Mr. Trump will continue his lifelong defense of the right of free speech in America. As a matter of fact, he supports the First Amendment just as much as he supports the Second Amendment. However, some people have taken advantage of Mr. Trump's hospitality by choosing to disrupt his rallies by using them as an opportunity to promote their own political message. While they certainly have a right of free speech, this is a private event paid for by Mr. Trump. We have provided a safe protest area outside the venue for all protesters. If a protester starts demonstrating in the area around you, please do not touch or harm the protester. This is a peaceful rally. In order to notify law enforcement officers of the location of the protester, please hold a rally sign over your head and start chanting, "Trump, Trump, Trump." Ask the people around you to do likewise until officers remove the protester. Thank you for making America great again.
I saw her today at the reception, a glass of wine in her hand. I knew she was gonna meet her connection. At her feet was a footloose man. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, well, you might find you get what you need. And I went down to this demonstration to get my fair share of abuse. Saying we're gonna vent our frustration. If we don't, we're gonna blow a 50 amp fuse. Said to me, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, will you just find fun? You get what you need. Oh, baby, yeah. Oh. I went down to the Chelsea drugstore to get your prescription. the end, we decided that we would have a sort of my favorite flavor, cherry. I sung my song to Mr. Jerry, yeah, and he said one word to me, and that was there. I said to him, you can't always get what you want. No, you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. No, but if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. Oh yeah. Woo! You get what you need. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. I saw her today at the reception. In her glass was a bleeding man. She was practiced at the art of deception. Well, I could tell by her bloodstained hands. You can't always get what you want. Yeah. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you just might find. You just might find. You get what you need. Oh yeah. You can't always get what you want. No, no, baby. You can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you just might find. You just might find that that's what you need.
I want you back again. I want your love again. I know you find it hard to reason with me, but this time it's different. Darling, you're saying you gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta fall. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to know. This time you're different and determined to go. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. Yeah, tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. I wait as the days go by. I long for the nights to go by. I hear the knock on my door that never comes. I hear the telephone that hasn't rung. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you're coming. Oh yeah, you gotta.
There've been so many girls that I've known. I've made so many cry, and still I wonder why. Here comes a little girl. I see her walking down the street. She's all by herself. I try and knock off her feet. But she'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, this heart of stone. What's different about her? I don't really know. No matter how I try, I just can't make her cry. Cause she'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, 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 this heart of stone. Don't keep on looking that same old way. If you try acting sad, you'll only make me glad. Better listen, little girl. You're going walking down the street. I ain't got no love. I ain't the kind of meat. Cause she'll never break, never break, never break, never break this heart of stone. Oh no, no, you'll never break this heart of darling. No, no, this heart is stone. You'll never break it, darling. You won't break this heart of stone. Oh, no, no, no. You better go. You better go home. 'Cause you'll never break this heart of stone. You better drive on home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairman of the Republican National Committee, Mr. Reince Priebus.
So you all ready to win? Are you ready to win? I gotta tell you, it's such an honor to be here in Erie, Pennsylvania, 9,000 people. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Well, we're so honored to be working with Donald Trump and the campaign. They raised $82 million in July to beat Hillary Clinton. And don't believe the garbage you read. Let me tell you something. Donald Trump, the Republican Party, all of you, we're gonna put him in the White House and save this country together. We just had a great poll that came out. I don't know if you saw the LA Times poll. Showed it a tied election in spite of the biased media. This man is going to win. He's going to save our country. He's going to put us back to work again, put more money in people's pockets. We're in a battle for freedom. That's why we're here. We're in a battle for freedom. It's the same battle that James Madison reaffirmed in the Bill of Rights. It's the same battle that founded our country. It's the same battle we're here today to fight. I don't know about you. How many people here have been to the World War II Memorial in Washington? Well, I think you would agree with me. You get out of it what you're willing to put into it. And I've been there lately with my little guy, Jack, who is now 11. We walk around and you see all those quotes from those heroes like Nimitz and Eisenhower and all those great people. But then you walk up to that wall with 4,000 golden stars on the wall. And for every one of those stars, 100 little guys didn't come home to mom and dad. And in front of those stars, in gold and the black granite, it says, "Here we mark the price of freedom." We're in a battle for freedom in this country. Donald Trump is going to help protect us, protect our country, secure our border, do the things to make America great again. And look at the choice we've got. Look at the choice. Hillary Clinton has a problem with lying. She lied, and she lied over and over and over again. She lied when she said that she turned over those work-related emails. She lied when she said that nothing in these emails were confidential. She lied when she said that she only had one device. Well, let's do this. Let's beat her in November, okay? Here's the difference. Donald Trump and Mike Pence will tell the truth. They'll protect your Second Amendment rights. They'll protect our southern border. They'll protect the sovereignty of the United States and our great country. Do you want 4 more years of Barack Obama in the White House? Do you want 4 years of Hillary Clinton? Do you want to hear from the next president of the United States, Donald Trump? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him now, the next president of the United States, Donald Trump.
you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a great honor. Thank you. Thank you. Amazing. Amazing. What great people. We're going to bring back our jobs to Pennsylvania. We're going to bring back our jobs to the United States. We're going to bring back our jobs, folks. I've looked at the numbers and I see what's happening in Pennsylvania. I see what's happening all over our country. You look at New York State, you look at New England, you look anywhere in the country we want to go to, all over, it's the same. Manufacturing way down, jobs way down. You go to other countries, they're taking our companies. They're taking our jobs. People are right now working harder than they've ever worked. 18 years ago, they made more money in real wages. 18 years, think of it. 18 years ago, many of the people in this incredibly big room, and thank you for being here. You know, it's 93 degrees out. Amazing. And they still have a lot of people trying to get in. I don't know if they could get them in. Should we let them in? Just let them in. But 18 years ago, people were making more money in real wages than they make today. And today they're working 2 jobs. Some people are working 3 jobs. So they're older and they're working harder and they're making less money, all right? A friend of mine, I've been telling this story over the last month because it's better than going to Wharton or better than going to Harvard and asking them to do a study because you learn it in 3 minutes. But let me just tell you, right now, Mexico and other countries are building facilities, plants, the likes of which you've never seen. We're going to build a wall. Don't worry, we're going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. We're going to build a wall. But a friend of mine, and actually a supporter, big supporter, great guy, he builds plants. That's what he does. He builds plants. He doesn't want to build apartments. He doesn't want to build office buildings. He wants to build plants. And he's just about the biggest there is. And I said, how are things going? He said, very well. How are you doing in the U.S.? Not good. How are you doing in Mexico? He said, Donald, you want to see, it's the 8th wonder of the world. They are building plants, the likes of which I've never seen. He's building some of the greatest plants, big. You look at Ford moving vast operations to Mexico, the plants. You take a look. By the way, millions of jobs, thousands of companies over the years. They've left us. And we have a few things. We have unemployment. We have empty plants. I saw it up in New York State. I saw it in Pennsylvania. You were great to me. You voted a big victory for Donald Trump. Thank you. That was a big victory. I mean, I assumed I was going to, if I don't win Pennsylvania. And by the way, I was talking to our great congressman, and where is he? He's here someplace. Where is he? He loves the people, and I have to say, of all of Pennsylvania, he wants to see this state do well. Thank you. But just talking back to a few of my friends that live here, we have a few of the friends, and we see what's happened with General Electric, where they're cutting way back. Not going to happen. And you know why they're cutting back? One reason. Because we don't take care of our miners, and we're not producing coal, and they don't need to make those big, big, beautiful, you could call them locomotives, I guess, right? Whatever the hell they are, they're big and they're powerful, and they don't need them like they used to, because we don't make our government work for us. They're not working for us. They're working for others. They're not working for us. So when General Electric goes out, and you see the numbers, I see the numbers, and it's about coal. So I just left parts of Virginia and West Virginia, and the coal industry is decimated. The miners are out of work. They're totally out of work. I mean, there will be no such thing as coal in this country pretty soon. And we're talking clean coal. We're talking clean coal. So I was with the miners. We have such tremendous support. West Virginia, the mining parts of Virginia, all over Ohio, because Hillary Clinton made the statement not so long ago, a number of months ago. She said, we're going to put the mines and the miners out of business, right? Going to put the mines and the miners. So we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let that happen. And we're not going to let it happen in Pennsylvania because, you know what? A lot of your miners have already lost their jobs, but you have a lot of other jobs that are very reliant on the mines. Like, as an example, General Electric. And what we're going to do, folks, is going to be so special. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring back our jobs. We're going to bring back our companies. When a company wants to leave our country to go to another country and think they're going to make their product, and because our politicians are weak, stupid, taken care of by lobbyists, special interests, they're taken care of by lobbyists. They're taken care of by donors and special interests. That's why, you know, a friend of mine, very smart guy, said, I can't believe it. We're talking about a deal that took place about a month ago. He said, I can't believe they could have gotten that through. I said, why can't you believe it? But it's so bad for the country. He said, yeah, but it's good for the politician because they're taken care of by their lobbyists and their donors and the special interests. So even though you say we want, as an example, General Electric to produce more, if they don't want to, or if for some reason one of the donors of crooked Hillary Clinton doesn't want that to happen, even though it's great for Erie, even though it's great for you, even though it's great for the state of Pennsylvania, then it's not going to happen, folks. It's not going to happen. And by the way, and I have to tell you this, so when they think they're going to take our companies and rip them out of, as an example, this area or this state or any other state, and go to Mexico and build massive new plants and employ people other than you, and you're going to lose your job, so you're going to now get 2 part-time jobs that don't add up to half of what you used to make. That stuff isn't happening anymore. So here's what happens. They're going to build their plant. Now, if I were here 5 years ago, and if President Obama put me and made me Secretary of Keeping Business in the United States, okay? That's my title. Secretary of Keeping Business in the United States. I mean, I like the sound of Secretary of Defense better. Oh, by the way, we're going to build up our military. We're going to be very strong. Believe me. And we're going to take care of our vets. We're going to take care of our vets. Believe me. But I like the sound of Secretary of Defense. I like the sound of Secretary of the Treasury. I like the sound of Secretary of State. But I'll tell you, would I be good at keeping jobs over here? Would I be? I'll tell you this, I just have to say. The Bernie Sanders protesters were much, much stronger. They had much more passion, I have to say. All right. You know, it's interesting. If I could speak to them for like 5 minutes, we want a strong military. We want to take care of our people. We want good education. We want good housing. We want good health care. What do we want? We're all in for the same thing. Really amazing. Really amazing. So I'll be your secretary of keeping companies in the United States, right? So I would go to a company like Carrier Air Conditioner, which decided to leave Indianapolis, Indiana. And I would say, here's a story. We think it's wonderful that you're negotiating with Mexico. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful plant, but here's what's going to happen. If you build that plant and you fire all of these people, 1,400 people who were so great to me, Indiana, I won that in a landslide. Actually, the timing was good. I won it in a landslide because I know what to do. Hillary doesn't know what to do. Did you see her yesterday? She has no clue about what we're talking about. Folks, she has no clue. She has no clue. Crooked Hillary. She doesn't know anything about it. And by the way, if she did, she couldn't do it anyway because the donors don't want to do it. There's reasons. But look. I would go to them and I would say, this is to keep them. This is to keep them. And I wouldn't even care that much. I'll tell you why. You ready? I'd say, here's the story. If you leave, in this case, Indianapolis, you're going to go to Mexico, you're going to make your air conditioning units. Every single unit that you make that crosses our now very, very strong border, we're going to charge you 35% of the cost of that unit. Okay? 35%, right? So simple. 35% the cost of that unit. We hope you enjoy your new plant. Very hot weather out there, very hot. We hope you enjoy your new plant. But 35% is coming to us. Now here's what's going to happen if they haven't moved yet. A lot of them have moved. We've lost thousands and thousands of companies. We've lost millions of jobs. Too late. I should have been there 10 years ago. Nobody would have left. Nobody would have left. Because you need the right messenger. You know, I'm your messenger in terms of this movement, but you need the right person saying it. So here's what's going to happen. Normally, they'd call up whoever it is that was putting the little order down, like the new president, and they'd have one of their lobbyists call up, and they'd say, Hillary, I'm sorry, you can't do that. They gave you $2 million for your campaign. Can't do that, Hillary. I said, okay, I won't do that. With me, I'm putting my money up, folks. I'm putting my money up, all right? Putting my money up. We're raising money for Reince and for the RNC, but that's for a lot of other reasons. I'm putting a lot of money up. I funded, not financed, I wish I financed, right? I funded my primaries, and I spent less than anybody else in terms of the majors. So here's the story. Wouldn't that be nice? I spent less and won in a landslide. Other people spent much, much more, 3, 4, 5 times more, and they came in 7th. Who the hell do you want to have as your president, right? 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 Oh, boy. And then they don't like me. A couple of them. Most of them have really supported us. But some of them just can't get over it. You know what I say to them? Get over it. We're just having fun. Get over it. You signed the pledge. I hereby guarantee that I will endorse whoever wins. You know, the funny thing, all those pledges, you know, they were signed they were signed so that I would sign it. And I would have honored it, I will say. Even if I wasn't fond or didn't like, I would have honored it, because a pledge is a very important thing. But here's the thing. So we are going to take these companies that haven't left. Now, I'm looking at your numbers, folks. You're not doing too well. You're not doing too well here. Pennsylvania has lost 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs since NAFTA. How, you know that, that's massive. Since NAFTA. NAFTA was signed by Bill Clinton. And I believe it's the single worst trade document ever signed in the history of our country and probably in the history of our world. It's one of the most one-sided documents that I've ever seen, and it allowed Mexico and places to do unbelievably well at our expense, all right? And you know, did you see where I say, I'm gonna renegotiate NAFTA? TPP, disaster, okay, don't worry, don't worry. And Hillary was in favor of TPP. She said it's the gold standard. Thank you for reminding me. I like this guy. It's the gold standard. TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is going to be, I don't think it could be worse than NAFTA, honestly, but it's going to be as bad as NAFTA. So TPP, she said, it is the gold standard. She's reading it from a teleprompter. It is the gold standard. Oh, boy. Our country's in trouble. Our country's in trouble. Our country's in trouble. So she said it's the gold standard, but when she heard me make a speech, as I understand it, and she heard me talking very negatively about it, as an example, they don't talk about devaluation, which is the single greatest tool that these countries are using to kill the United States, including China. They devalue their currency. Well, it doesn't happen to be mentioned. Number one thing it's not mentioned. So complicated, this agreement. Too many countries. By the way, I believe in trade. I believe in trade deals. One country at a time. Boom, boom, boom. You got to see the lines. We'll have one line. And if they don't do well, if they don't behave themselves, if they want to start devaluing their currency all over the place, very simple. We write them a notice, like we do in business. We serve them with a 30-day notice. And by the way, you just saw how great are our police, right? Law and order. We need law and order. We need law and order, and we will have law and order. No, our police, our firemen, but our police do a fantastic job. They're not recognized for the great job they do. If they have 500,000 incidents, all positive, beautifully handled, one bad thing happens. That one bad thing is on the news for 2 weeks, and it's a disgrace, okay? It's a disgrace. So we should be very thankful for the job they do. So Pennsylvania is losing a lot of its business. And right now, we're sitting here, we're talking. Oh, here's another one. Go home to mom. Go home to mommy. And your mother is voting for Trump. She's voting for Trump. True. It's true. By the way, just to interject. So I was told this whole area is Democratic, meaning Democrat. And I was told that by a lot of different people outside. And then they said, I can't believe that you have 10,000 people, you have people outside trying to get in. They said, they came up to me, happens to be a Democrat who I happen to know is a good guy, came up to me and said, I've never seen anything like it. It always goes Democrat. Is that a correct statement? She said, you are going to win Erie and the surrounding, you're gonna win in a landslide. It's gonna be a landslide. Because people are tired of lies. They're tired of losing their jobs. They're tired of seeing their companies being ripped out and going to other places. They're tired of China coming in and dropping steel all over the place to put your companies out of business. So we have to go to China to get our steel, which is happening very quickly. And that's why the steel workers are with me. That's why the miners are with me. That's why the working people, electricians, the plumbers, the sheetrockers, the concrete guys and gals, they're with us. And I grew up, they say, you're really rich. How come you sort of relate to these people? Well, my father built houses, and I used to work in these houses. And I got to know the electricians. I got to know all these people. I got to know the plumbers, the steam fitters. I got to know them all. And I like them better than the rich people that I know. I know a lot of rich people. It's true. They're better. I like them better. So anyway, and we're going to put people back to work. We're not playing games. And it's going to go quickly. By the way, it's going to go quickly. But look at this. Okay. So Erie has lost nearly 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs. You know that. All you do, I flew over. You're looking at the plants. Plants that 25 years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, some 2 years ago, were vibrant. But no plant 2 years ago was too vibrant because it was down to half, down to a quarter, down to a tenth, and then ultimately they closed. But you see them. They're falling over. The rain, the sleet, the snow, the wind. These are great buildings that are falling apart. Don't feel bad. All over the country. Upstate New York is a disaster, which Hillary Clinton said that she was going to fix. Okay, so the Washington Post is extraordinarily dishonest, and that's fine. But they wrote a story. I couldn't believe I saw this story. They talked about Hillary Clinton. It was a headline, Hillary Clinton. And when she ran for the United States Senate from New York, she said to the people in upstate New York, which was starting to really have problems because of her husband's bill, NAFTA, and companies were leaving, tremendous unemployment, tremendous problems, making nothing. And she said, I will turn it around. I will create 200,000 jobs. We're going to do a great job. Guess what? She got elected. She did nothing. And the only ones that benefited were the consultants and the people that helped her out. It is a disaster. Upstate New York is right now worse than anything you have in the state of Pennsylvania. She did nothing. And I watched her yesterday, which was hard to do because she is boring, okay? I watched her yesterday talking about, it's funny. I said, I'm going to renegotiate NAFTA. And they said, what happens if you can't make a deal? I said, we're going to terminate, we're getting out. And it's very simple, very simple. So I've been saying that, and I've been saying we're going to renegotiate different trade deals, and we're going to make great trade deals and all that. And she never said that. All of a sudden, 2 days ago, I will renegotiate trade deals. She's not going to do it, folks. She's going to renegotiate trade deals the same way she was going to put 200,000 jobs in upstate New York. It turned out to be a total fantasy. And I have to tell you, I respect the Washington Post for writing one bad story. Because you know what they're doing, and Reince was alluding to it a little bit. The only way she gets elected is if they don't report on her. They don't show her. They have me on so much television. This CNN, you talk about dishonesty. It's called the it's called the Clinton News Network, CNN. Now, think of it. Clinton News Network. She's hardly ever on. So they have yesterday a scandal with emails. Another one. I'm not talking about the 33,000 emails that she deleted or got rid of. Can you imagine what was on those emails? Can you imagine? I love that. Can you imagine what was on those emails? 33,000 emails were deleted. And she said, well, it had to do with the wedding and yoga. I give 2 to yoga, I give 5 to the wedding. I'll tell you, the lies, the deception. We're running like they run right now a third world country, folks, okay? You saw what happened. It's running like a third world country. We're being talked about all over the world. Nobody can believe it. In fact, when they were going over the charges against Hillary Clinton, one after another, after another, after another. However, and yet other people, their lives have been destroyed for doing much less, all right? Their lives have been destroyed. So now they have a big scandal in New York. It's in the New York papers, but very little. Pay, right? Pay for play. And it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Our government is for sale. Our government is for sale by a crooked person. And what they're doing is they're trying to not talk about her. Take a look. You go to CNN as an example. Story after story about Trump. Story, Trump, 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 Trump. And yesterday it was announced that people are tired of negative, the hit jobs. And CNN's starting to do very poorly. That's good. I like that. I like that. And I have to say, Fox has been treating us fairly. Fox has been fair. But CNN has been catastrophic. It's so dishonest. But somebody was explaining to me their theory. If they don't report on her, people aren't going to know how bad she is. Look at her news conference. She hasn't had a news conference in like 260 days. That last one wasn't a news conference. That was a few of her friends. They asked her a question. What did she say about the circuit, right? Let me tell you, if I ever said that, short-circuited, if I ever said I short-circuited, it would be headlines all over the world. They would call for the death penalty. Can you imagine if I said that I short-circuited? I mean, I stand up here for months in front of massive crowds. She gets 300 people going to her events. She gets 300 people, and then she reads something from a teleprompter, and then she leaves and she goes home and she goes to sleep. And then she wakes up and she goes again. And I'm telling you, and nobody does anything about it. Now me, I stand up here, I'm not looking at notes, I'm not reading teleprompters. Not easy. Not easy. Not easy. But, remember, and if I make one mistake, a little thing, oh, he mentioned something wrong, he got a wrong date, it's like headlines all over. She can say she short-circuited up here. I don't want a president who short-circuits. Is that okay? I don't want it. I don't want a president who short-circuits. We've got to deal with ISIS. We've got to deal with China. We've got to deal with lots of people. They're not short-circuiting, but I don't want somebody that short-circuits. So let me just tell you. Over the last little while, you know, every time it's always a big deal. When I said that Obama, and of course I'm being sarcastic, and they know that, because after I said that, I said he's the MVP, he's going to collect his MVP award. Okay. So I said, Obama is the founder of ISIS. Right? The founder. And these dishonest media people, the most dishonest people, they said, oh, did he mean that? Didn't he mean that? And after that, I'd say a lot. In fact, they like him so much because he's been so weak and so bad. I mean, he let this happen. They had 8 states, they had 8 countries. They're now in 28 countries. They're expanding. So I said, the founder of ISIS. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. Then, but not that sarcastic, to be honest with you. And they all said, he should not say that. That is not. They should call him an enabler. Call him an enabler. He's an enabler. I said, that doesn't sound the same. He's an enabler. People are going to say, these people are the worst. But listen, so I said the founder of ISIS, and in fact, very soon he's going over to pick up his most valuable player award. Did I say that? Right? I'd say it all the time. So they knew I was being sarcastic, but now they're analyzing. Did I really mean that? How could I say that? These people are the lowest form of life, I'm telling you. The lowest. They are the lowest form of humanity. Not all of them. They have about 25% that are pretty good, actually, but most of them. Okay, so here's the story. So Erie has lost a lot, right? You know that, right? Hang in. Don't leave, I promise. We can fix it so fast. We will stop these countries from taking our jobs. We will stop these countries from taking our companies. Hold on. Our jobs will come back. Now, I came up with a great plan. I'm lowering corporate taxes so our companies stay. So I don't even have to make the call. The corporate inversions, you know, we have companies that have, they say $2.5 trillion outside of our company. They can't get the money back. We don't let them. Everybody agrees that we should do it. Republicans, Democrats, everybody agrees. Look, why do we not want them to bring money back? You know why? Because we don't have a president that can sit the leaders of both parties around a table and in about 5 minutes, let them say, let's bring this money back in so we can work it in this country, right? That's what it is. So we're going to bring that money back in. We're going to lower taxes. We're going to keep our companies. And if our companies want to leave, they're going to pay a nice, big, beautiful tax to get their product back in, okay? That's what's going to happen. So the existing U.S. trade deficit with TPP participating nations has already cost Pennsylvania 68,000 jobs, folks. No more, folks. We're not going to be the stupid people anymore. We're going to be the really, really smart people. It's going to be America first. America first. America first. First. So the destruction of manufacturing in Pennsylvania was caused by Hillary Clinton's and her husband's disastrous trade policies. I mean, you take a look at what she's done. At the bidding of her corporate funders, Hillary Clinton has backed every job-killing trade deal for decades. She has received so much money. She has approved virtually every tax increase put before her. Yesterday, you see, 1.3 trillion in tax increases. We're the highest taxed nation in the land, essentially. We're the highest taxed nation in the world, anywhere in the world. And of the industrialized nations, we're far and away the highest taxed nation. And she's proposing a massive tax increase. Folks, we can't do it. It's going to make our country non-competitive. It's already non-competitive. It's going to make our country non-competitive, and we're not going to do it. I'm proposing a massive tax decrease for the middle class, for business, and businesses are going to pour in. Not since Ronald Reagan has anything like this been proposed. Businesses, instead of leaving because their taxes are so high, they're going to stay. I might not even have to make those calls. Now, if I do, I will, meaning my people will, and I'll do some. I love doing it. I would love telling some guy, you're not moving. Well, Mr. President, sir, we would like to move to Mexico. You're not moving. And if you do, you pay the 35% tax. He said, well, in that case, I'm not moving. I'm not moving. In that case, I'm not moving. So easy. So, your coal industry, your steel industry, which has been ravaged, your General Electrics of the world, which have been ravaged, just ravaged, we're going to end it. And I'll tell you what, over the years, I've watched. for years, for 10 years, for 12 years, for 15 years, beyond Obama. And I've watched as politicians talked about stopping countries from leaving, companies from leaving. Our states, you need strength, is right. Our states. And I watched. Remember they give the low-interest loans? Here's a low-interest loan if you stay in Pennsylvania. Here's a zero-interest loan. You don't have to pay. Here's a this. Here's tax abatement of any kind you want. We'll help your employees. It doesn't work, folks. That's not what they need. That's not what, they have money. They want to go out. They want to move to another country. And because our politicians are so dumb, they want to sell their product to us and not have any retribution, not have any consequence. So all of that's over. And I think you understand it. And Hillary can't do it. Number one, she can't do it because the mentality isn't there. She can't do it. No, the mentality. You know, she said fairly recently, I don't like Donald Trump's tone. His tone isn't nice. And I said, here we have a country that's being taken advantage of by every country in the world. Our businesses are being taken, our jobs are being taken, everything's being taken. Here we have a world where ISIS is chopping off the heads of Christians and many others, drowning people in steel cages, burying people in the sand. And we have somebody up there who wants to be our president that says, I don't like Donald Trump's tone. Folks, we better get smart, folks. Hey, look, let's see what happens. We better get smart. We better get smart. We better get smart. We better get tough. And if we're not smart and if we're not tough, we're not going to have a country left. And one of the things I have to talk to you about before I leave is our borders. Illegal immigrants are pouring into our country. In fact, I brought something for you people. I had to do this. I didn't want to depress you. Okay, look. The Clinton legacy. Nearly 1 in 3 manufacturing jobs in Erie, PA. Erie, PA. Sound familiar? Have been lost since Clinton allowed a certain deal with China to happen. Now look at this chart. This is 2001, not long ago. This is now. Congratulations, folks. I hope you're doing well. Okay? I hope you're doing well. I don't want to hurt that. I hope you're doing well. But you know what? You can't do well. When you have a government that is so stupid, that is so incompetent, you can't do well. Here's another one, folks. This is what we're talking about. Syrian refugees, we have no idea who they are, where they're coming from, no paperwork. You saw what happened in San Bernardino. You saw what happened, frankly. Take a look at all over the world. Take a look at what's happening. If we don't get smart, and we don't get smart fast, Barack Obama is allowing Syrian refugees to come into our country by the thousands. Now, I have as big a heart as anybody in this room, and I want to build safe zones, and I want, by the way, the Gulf states to pay for it because they got plenty of money and they're not doing much, okay? We'll supervise it. OPM, other people's money. We'll supervise it, right? We'll supervise it, but they're going to pay for it because we're protecting these people. If it weren't for the United States, those countries wouldn't even exist. They'd be gone. The power we have is so enormous, but we have people that don't know what they're doing. We have an incompetent president. We have people that don't know what they're doing. So look at this. Look at this. Syrian refugees admitted to the United States on a monthly basis. Look what's happening. Look what's happening. Now, in all fairness, we want to help people. Can't take a chance. San Bernardino, they walk in, they start shooting. Paris, the best, the toughest gun laws in the world. Paris, France. They walk in, they kill 130 people. They wound so gravely. Hundreds of people. Now, let me just tell you, because, well, we're in that Second Amendment, right? Second Amendment. If we had in San Bernardino, or in Orlando, or someplace, somebody in that room, like this guy right here, right? Or that guy with the blue Make America Great Again hat on, or the one with the red Make America, or that woman with the beautiful blonde hair. Wish I had hair that looked like that. But if we had somebody and they happened to have a gun, San Bernardino, they see him come in. First of all, if they knew there was a gun where the bullets would be flying in the other direction, they probably wouldn't have gone in, okay? But let's assume they did. The carnage would not have been what the carnage was. We have to protect our Second Amendment. Hillary Clinton wants to kill our Second Amendment. Wants to kill. So here's our chart. And I was thinking about doing, every once, like 1 in 10 I do a lot of these. I love the people. We have such a movement going on. Who likes the snake? Do you know the snake? Do you like it? Who likes the snake? Here we are with this. We know bad things are gonna happen. We know as we allow more and more people to come in from these terror areas, bad things are gonna happen. Has anybody heard the snake? Not that many. Should I do it again? So think of this, folks. Think of this. Think of this. This is what is going on in our country with our borders. And by the way, we're going to have a strong border. We're going to have a wall. It's going to be a powerful wall, and Mexico is going to pay for the wall. And we have no choice. But think of this. This is now a situation where this was written by Al Wilson many years ago. And I read it, and I said, you know, that really pertains to what's happening to the United States. And it has to do with being fooled. It has to do with a lot of different things. But when you're listening to this, think of our border. Think of the people that we're letting in by the thousands. And Hillary Clinton, you saw those numbers, right, with the charts through the roof. Hillary Clinton wants to allow 550% more coming into our country. How stupid a way. So, are you ready? You ready? You like it? You sure? Okay. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Oh, well," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. She wrapped him up, all cozy, in a curvature of silk, then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. "Take me in, oh tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you certainly would have died." Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. "Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the vicious snake. "I saved you, I saved you, I saved you," cried that woman. "And you've bit me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die." Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Get ready, folks, get ready. We're led by stupid people. We're led by leaders. And you know, honestly, I didn't need this. This I didn't need. I had a nice life, built a great company, some of the great real estate assets of the world. I may never see them. You know, if I win, I may never see them again. And I love them all over the world. But you know what? This is so important. And I watched what was happening with the Iran deal. And I watched what was happening with jobs. And I watched what was happening with trade, where China makes $500 billion in trade deficits with us. I looked and I saw. Take a look at Mexico. You know, the politicians say you'll never, ever be able to get Mexico to allow you to build a wall. I say, trust me. Now they don't say that anymore. Now they say they won't put the money up to build a wall. So easy. Mexico, our trade deficit is massive. Massive. They make a fortune off the stupidity of the United States. Mexico will 100%, you hear? 100% pay for the wall. 100%. Okay? 100%. But the story of the snake is what's happening to our country. We're letting people in. Many of these people hate us. Many of these people don't have good thoughts. And you see what one person can do, one sick wacko can do in Orlando. And then you see his father sitting behind Hillary Clinton with a big smile on his face. With a big fat smile on his face, right? And he was wearing a red hat, and I said, I hope that's not one of my hats. It wasn't. I was concerned. I saw that hat. I said, I hope it doesn't say Make America Great Again. Bad guy, bad guy. Horrendous son, horrendous son. So here's the story, folks. We have to win. We have to win Pennsylvania. So important. So important. Hillary Clinton is run by people that do this very professionally. They're very good. They keep her out of the spotlight. She doesn't talk to reporters very rarely. She doesn't do press conferences. She doesn't expose whatever's going on up here. She doesn't, which isn't good. She doesn't expose her mind to questions. And what they want to do is they want to try and fake it through. We need strength. We need toughness. We need a strong temperament. We need a strong tone. At the same time, let me tell you, at the same time, we need real, big, beautiful heart, because we have to straighten out health care. Obamacare is going to be repealed and replaced. It's going to repair. Did you see? Did you see what's happening with Obamacare? Did you see where the numbers are going up 30, 40, and 50%? Wait till you see what happens on November 1st. Now, on November 1st, they're trying to delay it. But you're going to get increases, the likes of which probably no country, nobody has ever seen. Okay? Anybody in the history of healthcare in Texas, going through Blue Cross Blue Shield, they just had almost a 50% increase in their premiums. And the deductibles are so high that unless you get hit by one of those General Electric locomotives, and you live for like a long time prior to death, you'll never ever be able to use your health care, the health care, because here's what's happened. Here's what's happened. The deductible is so high you never get to use it. So you're spending money, your raises by 17, 18, 19%, but now it's going to go really bad, really bad. It's going to die of its own volition, but we have to kill it first. It's killing our country. It's killing our jobs. It's killing our jobs. So here's the story, folks. Folks, We have to win Pennsylvania. We have to beat this professional group of people that are running her for her own and for their own purposes. We have to win Pennsylvania. We win Pennsylvania, we're going to win it. You know, we're up in Florida. We're doing well in Ohio. And I'm hearing we're doing well here. We'll find out. Here's the story. Here's the story. We have to win the state of Pennsylvania. I went to school here. My kids went to school here. We're going to win Pennsylvania. If we win Pennsylvania, I'll tell you what, we are very much on our way. You know, the Republicans do have a tougher path, just so you know. Not my fault. Not my fault. It's a tougher path. For the presidency, it's just a tougher, winding road. But if we win Pennsylvania, we win Florida, where we're doing really well, I think we can win Ohio. It'll be over. It'll be over. It'll be over. So, on November 8th, you have to get out and vote or do some balloting. And I don't care. Look, here's the story. If you're not feeling well, if you're so sick, if you go to your doctor and he goes, "I'm sorry, sir, but you've only got a few weeks left. And it's November 1st. And he gives you the ultimate word, not looking good. You haven't got long left. I don't care. And nobody else in this room cares. You have to, on November 8th, get out of bed and get out and vote, right? Get out and vote. Now, in a lot of cases, you can do your early ballots to it. All I'm telling you, though, look, folks, I'm just saying your jobs have been taken, your military, and all of the other things. We're going to save your Second Amendment, which is protection. We're going to get rid of Common Core. You're going to bring your education locally. All things. We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. All of these things. We're going to take care of our vets. But here's the story, folks. For you people in particular, because you have been devastated. Supreme Court, he said. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Who did that? Who said that? Thank you. By the way, and I have to just stop for a second. Look, Supreme Court, Justice Scalia, great, was supposed to live for a long time. He died. So you have already an empty. This next president could have the most Supreme Court nominations of any president. Could pick more justices than it could be up to 5. Probably going to be 3, could be 4, could be 5. Okay? If Hillary Clinton gets to put hard-leaning left judges on the Supreme Court, number one, your Second Amendment will be gone. Our country will never, ever be the same. We will have problems like we've never had before, and you won't have. You will have a whole different deal going, which we don't want, believe me. So here's the story. If for no other reason, I am going to put, and you know I've picked through Federalist Society, we picked 11 Supreme Court justices. We're going to add probably 4 more, all vetted through Federalist, through Heritage. I actually got very good marks. We're going to pick these people, or people very like them. So here's the story. Here's the story. You ready? We don't win anymore. You people don't win, that's for sure. You just have to look at the statistics, the jobs. We're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much that you're going to get sick and tired of winning. You're going to say, Mr. President, you're going to send the congressman to see me in Washington. He's going to say, Mr. President, we have to do something. The people of Pennsylvania, and in particular, our friends at Erie, they're sick and tired of winning. They can't stand winning so much. Mr. President, we just don't want to win that much. We really want to give other nations like it used to be, where it's good for them and bad for us, at least a little bit. And I'm going to say, Mr. Congressman, I don't think you know your people very well. They want to win, and we want to win, and you want to win. And we're going to win. We're going to win so much. We're going to win with our military. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. We're going to win for our vets. We're going to take care of our vets. We're going to win at the border. We're going to build the wall. We're going to have Mexico pay, believe me, 100%. We're going to win with education. We're going to win for our Second Amendment. We're going to win on all the things we discussed. We're going to win again. And you're going to be proud of your country again. We're not going to be the people that are laughed at all over the world for not knowing what we're doing, for allowing others to come in and just strip us of what we have. We are going to win. We are going to be America first. We are going to make America great again. And it's going to happen quickly. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I saw her today at the reception. A glass of wine in her hand.
All right, this is a police pursuit in Houston, Texas, obviously ending abruptly, aggressively. You can see the accident here. They have not gotten the suspect out, so we're watching the police try to remove the suspect from the car.